Welcome to the Beyond the Shower podcast. I'm Evan Duguid. I'm your host, and I'm excited for another episode number 3, I believe. And we have a really good friend on the podcast. You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm James Callahan. Experienced a little bit of homelessness lately. It's been a competition just to day by day get by.
How'd you find about Be Heard?
I've seen a couple bands. I've heard it through words and people, and then when I found out you all were open to give showers and clothes and what have you, it was time to seek a little help.
The first shower you had here at Be Heard, how was it?
It was nice. It was nice.
Yeah, it's cool. We try to take pride in how we clean the shower and make it really presentable, and so
Very nice.
Yeah,
Very nice.
Yeah, it's cool. So appreciate that. Let's give me a little bit about your story. How'd you even get to being experienced?
Well, I was living in a nice apartment in Owasso. The company I worked for, I had a very prestigious job. I ran a injection molding machine and an extruder on the side. But the company decided to close the doors down here and move the company back up to Minnesota and to Mexico. So I either had a choice to go to Minnesota, and I said, well, before I decide, I'm going to rent a car and go up and check out the plant, the surrounding area, apartments, and see what the cost of living was. And so I did that, and the plant didn't amaze me. I mean, we had a nice facility here, big, nice room, open. I thought it was great, But yeah, they decided to close the doors, and when they did, I, went up and checked it out, came back and decided that it wasn't for me. So I knew then it was going to be hard to find anything what I did, and so you got to start going through Key or Express or Manpower, and
right.
I did all those, and bounced around here and there, and then finally I realized, I went through Key maybe to get my other job, so I went back to Key down on 41st and Mingo and filled out all the paperwork, drug test, and next thing I know, I'm at Navistar. Yay! I liked it. A lot of people say it's not a good company, but I love it. I'd go back tomorrow if I had a choice.
You've been working hard pretty much all your life,
Yes,
at jobs,
yes.
And so experiencing homelessness has been tough for you, right?
Yes.
And so just talk about, how long you've been experiencing homelessness and your first night, what'd you think? How are you feeling?
I don't have enough meat on my bones for the ground, that's for sure. I found that out. I threw a bunch of stuff away when I left the hotel when I surrendered my car. Because the person that came and got me had a small car and dog, so I had to watch what I had to put in her car, and I had to limit myself on how long that was going to be in her car, and she ended up putting it in her storage unit, which that was okay, but it was a real struggle.
What's been the hardest part about living on the street?
The cold.
The cold. Yeah, so walk me through that. So how
all I did was drive around in the winter and see people, and I'd offer my car to them to get warm or whatever I had to eat. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
That's what I did all winter.
Because it snowed for a week, I think, in this past winter or something like that.
It got to that cold spell. Her name was Donna. She didn't want to get out of her blankets for nothing on the ground, and I lost my voice that day because I was watching the Chiefs game. And
big Chiefs fan.
Yeah, I guess they saw me on the camera at Quick Trip. The security guy came out, and I couldn't say nothing. I couldn't talk. And I said, I'm just trying to get her warm, or, I'm not going nowhere. We won't leave her basket, it will still be there. I'm not going nowhere, just get her warm. That's all I'm asking. Maybe eat something. And so he yelled at her, and I seen movement, and there popped a head, and she came out and got in the car, and Saturday and Sunday I let her stay in the car, and she went to a shelter, and I haven't seen her since. Never seen her after that.
So, I mean, that's pretty admirable, because, you saw somebody who needed some help, and you helped them out. So it seems like that's been a natural heart of yours. Why do you want to help people?
I get myself into some trouble by having too big of a heart, maybe. I can't say no to some people doing certain things. And people take advantage of that, That lately, that's kind of what happened. It's an eye-opener, and not in a a good way, I would say. I mean,
Yeah.
it's I wouldn't want to be again. That's for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
but if I got it, I'll help them.
Yeah, I love that, and I feel like that's you'll always keep that heart, which is beautiful. What's one thing you learned about yourself while these past couple months being on the experiencing homelessness?
More gratitude
More gratitude
towards others.
towards others. Yeah.
Not enough of it. It's just been rough. I didn't plan on it. Wasn't when you're a temp, you don't get paid for the holidays or downtime that the company throws at you. So just days without pay.
Yeah.
So as the year went on, more and more time became not getting paid for because they're doing experimental on a new bus. They're starting up a new bus line. They got to work out all the problems with the vendors, parts people, and so it just prolonged the startup again. And but I loved it. I mean, they put me in 5 different areas, and I felt like I was able to do all 5. And
Yeah.
to me, that's better than 10 temps. I mean, once you got hired on anyway,
hired on, yeah.
the way I looked at it, you were able to, oh, they're shorthanded there, go ahead and help out, or here and there. And yeah, it's a good job. I loved it.
So every day, you get up and say, I'm not gonna give up today. Why? Like why? What keeps you from getting up to tackling another day?
I have a goal, and I'm trying to achieve that goal every day that I get up, or work towards that goal every day. I've been working with going over to standby and working with them again, just so I can get some money. I have maybe a month and a half to go before I receive my retirement. I put in for it this year finally, so
That's good.
I'm hoping to receive that come June. And then once I do, I'm have the vehicle detailed and sell it back to the people I bought it from first if they want it, and then if not, I'm going to trade it off and put a chunk down. I'm buying a brand new truck.
So pretty much, you see light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh yes,
And that keeps
every
you
day,
going.
every day, every day.
You have goals, rightfully so, and you want to achieve those goals. So which signifies like your strength and not giving up. Those seeds that you sown to help people are gonna come right back to you. So
I've heard that, and he works in mysterious ways. I thank him every day for me still being here from a motorcycle accident back in 78, 79.
Oh wow! So in '78, you could have passed away. And
Oh
also,
yeah, I was on the back of a motorcycle, and the guy didn't want to stop for a ticket, and the police chase started.
Wow.
And he was big, so he outweighed me, so he had body control of the bike. So I'm holding on for dear life. We was almost back to where we started, and he decided to go this way, and I just said, something's not going to go right here. And I said, Lord, help me, and he did.
He did.
I was conscious all the way through it. I'm hearing my friends running down and ambulance pulling up, and looked at my hand and stuff and seen how it was, and started to go into shock. And
Wow. I mean, you are a walking miracle, literally. Like,
yeah,
that is
kind of,
insane.
sort of.
Yeah.
I kind of looked at it that way. I mean, I've always gone to church, learned the 10 Commandments. Midweek school is what we called it. On every Wednesday night, you would go and learn the 10 Commandments with your Bible group. And my parents, pretty much churchgoers, and I have been off and on, and I told myself I need to get back into it again. I'm just, day by day, I just reaching for that goal just to get by until next month, and hopefully everything then will be all better, because it don't have to work. I mean, I will if I, choose to, but then I'm just going to start enjoying life. I want to go see the places my grandparents used to take us to when we was kids, when gas was cheap and you could travel. Well, it's not cheap now, but with a truck, it's going to be hard to do. But I want to go to these places that my grandparents took me back when I was a kid, and bring back those memories.
I love it. Well, like you said, you are a blessing to us as well. So we appreciate you. My last thing is be heard. So from your perspective, your experience, why do you like coming here?
It's very warm. It's gives you a happy, good feeling inside, knowing that there's people out here willing to do what you guys are doing for us, and it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
If I win a lottery, I'd like to get more trucks and go elsewhere and do the same.
Well, hey, we would love that, but we love that you feel loved, safe here, and we want you to smile. Do you think I look like Patrick Mahomes? You say you're a Chiefs fan. Sometimes people say I like Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, and you do. And I was like, man, I have a vision. I thought about starting my own business. Just call it yard art, and you just weld things together. Figures or what have you. Animals, insects, whatever. People can buy and stick in their yard, painted certain ways or what have you. But I also, in my mind, I wanted to build a windmill. And it's a one-way windmill on a one-way bearing, so it can only spin one way. And same way with the propeller, the blade. But it's a Chiefs, and you build them for the football fans. So Mahomes is going to have his Chiefs with the Super Bowl wins on it with a bench swing underneath and the blade above you. So that's how I designed it in my head. I just, don't know what it would cost to build and weld and stuff like that. Everybody likes yard art.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you today for joining the podcast with us. I'm excited that it's going to make a big impact. Thank you very much. If you'd like to help or support our friend James, please send me an email at info@beheremovement.com or 918-992-0212. Let's go ahead and bless him and help him however we can. We appreciate you all very much. We'll see you next time for episode 4.